I was changed as a lawyer about how I go about being a lawyer, and then I realized that the law has to change. And then I saw patterns in the law that actually showed that it was also, others were also, and the institution was also recognizing in bits and pieces that it did have to change. And the revolution in the legal thinking, which is, goes at a glacial pace, unfortunately, is that law should be problem solving. Burger had it right, the Chief Justice, when he told, he startled the Bar Association annual meeting that we have to be healers of the law. We have to heal the rift. We can't make problems worse. That's our ultimate calling, being healers of the law. I like that metaphor very, very much, and after going through this experience, realize absolutely the truth in it. We have to, if you're going to heal the rift, the social rift, so when the families come, or anyone comes with a legal problem, it's because there's been a perceived rift, and we have to determine what the rift was. So we have to understand the truth of what happened, be honest about it, and then go about trying to solve the problem. And to solve the problem by understanding how it happened, what behavior was engaged in that caused it, and therefore what we can do to change that behavior to get a better result, and how to make it right between human beings. And I have to tell you that it started to change my practice. And then the phone calls came with other folks who had environmental problems, just like Woburn, like Toms River, New Jersey. And in the Toms River, New Jersey experience, which was a community affected by contaminated wells by 2 companies and a terrible blight of cancer, childhood cancer, what was different was that the path I had gone down, the one I had been trained in Woburn, was a 9-year path of conflict, largest, most expensive legal conflict in the circuit, long years, many millions of dollars. And because it was all that conflict and fighting, science couldn't do their job very well, and the government couldn't do it. All that stuff had to happen after the fighting. So everything happened over a very long period of time, 2 decades. Toms River, no fighting. Talking, discussing, different views, investment in the science and understanding that people then use, 3 years resolution. If we could do in 3 years in Toms River what it took 2 decades to do in Woburn, well, that's a huge advance, and I believe now that we can do what was done in 3 years in Toms River in a year or less, and we need to get answers to these questions so that people don't get stuck in the problem. They can actually forge solutions that give people a future and hope to other communities that they don't have to be mired in the past. They can build a future.